Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another new movie review. Today we're going to be talking about Tragedy Girls. Really quick though, before I get into anything else, I want to say a quick thank you to my creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. Thank you so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description box. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to the Horror Addicts for setting up the Creepy Channel crawl, which went on this past weekend. So thank you to all of you that not only watched my hour segment, but to those of you that, you know, watched the whole crawl. Some of you guys watched the whole crawl, which is awesome. Or even just, you know, had to jump in sporadically like me and some of the other people, like between naps and going to work and things like that. It was so much fun, and I hope the addicts do make it an annual thing like they said. It was so much fun. And also quick thank you to Emma from Spooky Astronauts and Dino from the Late Late Horror Show for joining me on my segment. I had so much fun. Now, on to the review. A twist on the slasher genre, following two death-obsessed teenage girls who use their online show about real-life tragedies to send their small Midwestern town into a frenzy and cement their legacy as modern horror legends. Wasn't made apparent in my summary of the movie is that, which I think is obvious in the trailers, the girls start creating the tragedies, you know, wink wink, nudge nudge, say no more, in order to get the coverage for their online blog, kind of like Spider-Man does, you know, and you know, he's Spider-Man, but he's using the fact that he's Spider-Man to get really good pictures for the newspaper he works for. I don't know if that's true in the comics, but I'm just going off of the movie. But it's like the same concept, but with murder. But I liked the film's commentary on like the use of social media and the obsession with your online presence and kind of your online legacy. There's a whole lot that's mentioned by the characters and that you can see around the film about the girls wanting to be remembered. And I can't remember which character says it or something. I think it might be the character of Sadie, where she's talking about, or one of them is talking about how they don't want their life to be like nothing or something like that. They're talking about how they want to be remembered for something, to like do something big and things like that, and that all has to do with their blog. Like they're trying to get their blog seen by more people and get as many likes as they can and as many followers as they can. One classroom that we see them in the most, there's like a sign at the front of the classroom that says like famous women in history and things like that. So you kind of get the idea that that is the primary motivator for these girls for running their blog and why they're so desperate to kind of get the scoop on these tragedies and why it leads them to do what they do, because they're obsessed with making their blog successful and making a name for themselves on the internet. And I think this is one of those movies we're gonna be able to look back in retrospect and analyze a little bit, because while it may seem, within the movie, it may seem like a little bit crazy, like, you know, like I could be watching it like, all right, well, you know, I'm pretty involved in social media and my presence online, and I'm always promoting my YouTube channel and my blog and things like that, but I wouldn't kill people to make it more successful. But if you think about it, what the girls do in the movie is really only like a few steps away from what Logan Paul actually did. Had I seen this movie before that incident, I would have seen it a little bit differently, but I couldn't help but think of what that dipshit did when I was watching the movie, and how closely related they were. Like Logan Paul is only a few steps away from straight up murdering people for his daily vlogs. That's probably not a nice thing to say. Whatever. I feel like, again, like I said, I feel like I viewed this movie kind of through a different lens after the whole Logan Paul thing. So I feel like after that, it's not that big of a stretch to be like, oh, well, I can understand why these girls are doing this. Like, like this is just like, you know, this movie is just taking a look at kind of like the extreme side of that. Like, this is what social media and trying to be an influencer does to people. It makes them desperate for followers and attention and things like that. Speaking of the girls murdering people for their blog, it kind of had that like dark humor about it that reminded me of Serial Mom a little bit. And not to give too much away, they're kind of related in the way that the victims are chosen, which I thought was really funny. I don't know if it was meant to be similar to Serial Mom, but I love that movie. So I saw a lot of similarities in Tragedy Girls. Ultimately, this movie is about friendship, like the relationship between Sadie and MK, and it's about their friendship more than anything. Like there's a tiny little like subplot of romance going on. I'm not gonna give away what happens in the movie, but you know, by the end of the movie you realize like it's not about that at all. It's not about the romance. The romance is not the main point of the movie. The main point of the movie is the friendship between these two girls, which reminded me of another thing. As I was watching it, it reminded me a lot of my best friend's exorcism, which I did a creepy book club on not too long ago. Which you guys were all asking me, isn't that a teen book? Isn't it a teen book? No, it's not a teen book. It's basically like, it was exactly like Tragedy Girls, pretty much. The only thing teen about it is that it has to deal with teenagers, and that's it. I just don't understand that. Nobody would watch this movie and be like, isn't this a teen movie? Maybe it's because like the people don't actually look like they're teenagers. But then I do a creepy book club and everyone's like, isn't it a teen book? Got a little heated there. Anyways, the point I was trying to make was that the movie is about their friendship more than a romantic relationship, which I thought was really refreshing. There always has to be some sort of romance in movies, doesn't there? And not saying this one doesn't have any romance, but it's not what the movie is about, and that's refreshing. Then we have our two actresses, Sadie played by Brianna Hildebrand. I hope I said that right. And MK played by Alexandra Shipp. Thought they did an amazing job. They were super convincing in their roles. I did read somewhere that they were roommates at one point for like a couple of years, if not roommates right now. So you can really see how they brought that real life bond of friendship into the movie, so it made their performance even more convincing. And I feel like those characters were kind of in an odd space where they're like, they're our main characters, but they're not really likable, but I don't feel like they were meant to be. I feel like I'm oddly hypocritical of them because it's like, to me, they were a little bit annoying because they're so obsessed with their blog and they're always on their phones, but I'm always obsessed with my blog and my YouTube channel, and I'm always on my phone. So maybe that's why I find them annoying, because it's like subconsciously, like I don't like that I do that. The only thing I can say I didn't like about Tragedy Girls, and you know, even then this is like a super small thing, is that, you know, obviously the characters do not look like they are in high school, but that's like every high school movie. Like the characters never look like they're in high school. So was Tragedy Girls worth it? Yes. I had so much fun watching this movie. It was highly entertaining, definitely adding it to my collection and watching it multiple times. So that being said, I'm gonna give it a rating of 4 out of 5. On IMDb right now, it has a 6.1 out of 10. And on Rotten Tomatoes, it has an 81% critic score and a 74% audience score. Nothing on Roger Ebert yet. I was able to watch it on Amazon Video, so I'll leave a link, an affiliate link, sorry, to that movie on Amazon Video in the description box. If you want to check it out that way, it helps out the channel when you use that link. So if you've seen Tragedy Girls, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. As always, you can find me at all the normal social media places. The links for those are in the description box. You can also find me on my blog at nightmaremaven.com, on morbidlybeautiful.com as a contributing writer, and on Morbidly Beautiful's YouTube channel, and on patreon.com/nightmaremaven if you want to check that out and support the channel. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.